I've never been on the Cape to Cape before. It's just always been one of those places that you just hope to see one day. Sean reached out to me a few months ago, told me this is happening, and I just kind of went, why not? Absolutely sounds epic. For me, going into any race, my goal is always to enjoy something. Our only option is to go out there and stay motivated so that we can stay true to what that goal is. I haven't done a race that is going to be this wet, but I've done, all sorts of training in all sorts of conditions. So it doesn't make me too nervous. I don't want to get cold. That for me has always been one of my little struggle street kind of situations. I want to stay positive. I want to feel like every volunteer I see, I want to be able to say thank you to them. My only job this weekend is to go and keep my head in the game, because it's not going to go to plan. There's going to be problems. And so it's an opportunity to really test myself mentally. So we started at 6 a.m. and it was still dark, so we started with head torches and did a 4-ish kilometre out and back, which felt pretty crowded and slow, just kind of moving through people, but everything kind of spread out quite nicely. Those first few Ks in anything big, you've just got to have this mindset of anything you do now is so irrelevant in the big picture. It's not about where you are in a place. It's not about running fast. It's about being super conservative and just setting yourself up for the rest of the day. The first couple of aid stations of any ultra, I really like to just try and breeze through them a little bit. So I have the same routine of I'll get what I need from my drop bag and collect my bits and pieces and get out. I try not to hang around, just to really develop that momentum.
They was just like scramble.
Oh yeah, over the rocks.
Around the rocks, and you had to time it with the waves.
Oh.
That was.
That's what the medic was saying. He did that.
Sketchy.
Moving on to kind of more beachy sections, which were really a mix of the soft sand that's, just feels like a bit of a slog trying to get through, and the wind was just whipping us from behind. Our first time we got to see our crew was Contos at about 56, 58 Ks, and that's always a relief. It's so nice to see someone that you know, someone that you care about, and someone that cares about you. I mean, the volunteers are incredible, but it's always having that friendly face. And I felt awesome coming into those aid stations.
Oh, you look great. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good.
Strong?
I had a weird knee thing, like 40-something Ks.
Yeah.
Just right there.
Tell her, oh yeah.
And it was just really, I just couldn't get rid of it. But yeah, it's kind of come good.
There's food there. Food's down there. Just grab what you need. What else do you need?
I might swap out that Ziploc bag.
Another one? Now or later?
Now.
Sophie's out.
Love you.
Things started to get tougher after around 60 to 70 Ks, I'd say. So I spoke to Jen, who's my crew, just before I came into Prevalin. She told me that the river crossing was going to be pulled because there had been people that were attempting to cross and were at risk of being swept out. I'm not a big person. That was quite an intimidating thought to me, having to battle that. We got driven around to Gracetown, and then we had to do a 6K out and back from there. So Prevelly, I felt really strong again coming in. It was a great little aid station, had a mandatory gear check, had a little moment where I couldn't find one of my spare batteries, which definitely made the heart rate go up a little bit. That was tough. Technical, that sandy section that it was just like crazy angles, big climbs. Okay, so, awesome. So can we just like grab?
You can just grab and go.
Yeah.
I've got everything prepared.
Hello, would you like to see my mandatory gear?
Yes, just some of it though.
Okay. Thanks guys, thank you very much. What would you like to see?
Space blanket and bivvy.
Yep.
And 2 headlamps and spare battery.
Yep. So one headlamp there, and the spare battery is floating around. Leaving Gracetown, that whole 13K section was where my body was just shutting down. I was getting really cold. I just had this one sip of my electrolyte and I just heaved and just guts came up. And that was pretty much the beginning of the end. I got to about 101 Ks and all I could see was these head torches coming at me. And not just 1 or 2, there was 12. And the guy at the front was like, the next river has broken the banks and you can't cross it. So we've spoken to race control and we've got to go back and we've got to get to a car park or a road crossing. And I'm like, there's nothing. So I got the Gaia maps out and I was looking through, trying to figure out where we were and where the nearest road was. And so we bush bashed up the escarpment. And I think it took us about another 4 Ks to get to the top of the road, where the event team picked us up and got another 20-minute car ride up to Moses Rock. The second I got out of the car, my body just went into full convulsion mode. I was so cold and I ended up with my space blanket, 2 hot water bottles, blankets all over me, wrapped around my head, trying to warm up. Eventually they got the medics to come in and I spoke to Shane, the wonderful medic, and after a bit of back and forth and him watching me dry retch my guts up, he pulled me from the race at 105 Ks. The combination of factors that we had at this event was just unlike anything I have ever experienced, from the weather and the course to the course markings to the tides. It was just insane and just sat so far outside my comfort zone, which was awesome at the same time, because that's why we sign up to this stuff. We don't pick these events or these distances because we know that we can do them and we know that they're going to be achievable. You pick them because you want to challenge yourself and you want to see how far you can push your body and your mind and what you gain and how you grow from those experiences. Even though I didn't finish, I'm not disappointed. It was something that I knew was always going to be a risk, as it is for any distance. I pushed myself as far as I could, as hard as I could, until the decision was actually taken out of my hands by the medics. But I have no shame in it. I have no disappointment. I'm really proud at how hard I pushed, for how long I pushed. And I think if it helps anyone else want to sign up and know that it's okay not to finish something like this. It's hard. It's supposed to be hard. And you will grow more from not finishing than finishing in a lot of cases.